Hello, it's Newt in post-production, and I already know what's going to happen today because who needs continuity? Today, we're going to be focusing on the three B's: building, brewing, and belocating the stronghold using algebra. Hello everyone, I'm Newt Horizons, and today we are starting things off in this nether fortress with illegal water? No. This is actually that little AFK fish farm that I had hidden behind my portal. I went and decorated it, kind of like a nether fortress, but coming out you can see that I've kind of built some paths. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think of these because, I don't know, I don't have a lot of experience building like villages with paths and stuff, so I just used coarse dirt and some kind of veins of cobblestone going through it. I don't know, let me know what you think. The other thing I did was slabbing up the edges of this this farm over here, and the one over there too. I did this one because slimes keep spawning on the edges and trampling my crops. And then I did that one because, well, so it would match this one over here. But anyway, today we're going to be working on an automatic potion brewer. But first, I have this bed and I have nowhere to put it. So for right now, we're going to hop over onto the replay mod and build kind of a little bedroom. So at this point, I've almost given up on building something that can be called cozy. Without access to wood and planks, it's really tough. So I figured, what else would be fitting for a guy like me who lives completely underground? I settled on building something more like a lab or a basement room than like a cozy bedroom. You guys saw I hid some glowstone underneath the carpet. I would do that in the entire area, but I don't have access to leaves or green dye yet, which makes covering the light sources quite difficult. Some red nether brick brings in color and depth, and that pretty much does the exterior. You guys can see I've done the interior here as well with my bed and crafting table, hid some lights underneath these carpets, and put in some crafting blocks here, the brewing stand, stone cutter, and my furnaces. But up here, this grass here doesn't really blend well with what we've got going on, so I'm just going to replace those real quick. Yeah, and I think that blends quite a bit better than it did before. So we popped over into a creative testing world just for the purposes of building up a brewer. And I started this process with the simplest brewer design I could find on YouTube. There's a couple tutorials for this design, but this is incredibly simple. It always keeps potions stocked up down here. You take the potions away and it refills with water bottles from this chest off to the side. And then when you press this, it distributes the 3 ingredients and rebrews them all. And then you can add more droppers if you want more ingredients, but luckily our potions only require 3. So it always keeps the potions down here. But, you know, I started with this design and then I figured out what features I wanted added to it. Right? So there is a feature that I would like, and that is that I would like the potions to not be stored on the brewing stand, but rather stored in a separate chest so that I can take however many I want and have somewhat of a stockpile built up. But I don't have enough bottles to fill an entire chest, so I can't go with any of the designs that require you to fill the whole chest and use a comparator output to turn the brewing system on and off. So this is the design that I decided to go with. On the top end, it's the same as this. It just doesn't have the button and gets powered from our system down here. But on the bottom end, something else is going on, right? Because if you just have a brewing stand, with a hopper underneath and a hopper going into the side with water bottles. The water bottles will get sucked out of the bottom, but without giving it a chance to brew. I had to time locking and unlocking of these hoppers in just the right way. So when you press this button, this torch turns off, which causes this torch here to turn on, locking this hopper. But at the same time that this hopper here becomes locked, this hopper here becomes unlocked. Because even though this torch is powering it, it's also being powered by this redstone line coming up here. So all of the bottles flow out, and then this torch comes back on, locking this system before this system unlocks to put bottles into the side. And then you can see that during the falling edge of the button press, the redstone line goes all the way up and powers the back end of these droppers to shoot all the ingredients out. So let's see it in action. First, all of the bottles come off, then new bottles are put on, and the ingredients are shot out. Then it brews. So now let's go build it up on the underground world. I think I'm going to put the brewer over here in the wall. So I'm going to get started building that up. All right, and that just about does it. I just got to load it up with ingredients. This one is the redstone dust. The second one here is the golden carrot. And then this bottom one, this bottom dropper is the nether wart. And then in the brewing stand itself, we put the blaze powder. And then I should power it once to get everything to cycle in here in order. So I've got those ingredients in order. And then I can add the bottles to this container over here. I have access to that. And that's just going to start brewing on its own. Oh, one more thing is make sure that this button is a wooden button, or else you're going to wind up with one potion stuck in your bottom hopper. Okay, so since the last clip, I've done quite a few things. I AFK'd overnight on my fish farm, and as you can see, I put up this area of netherwart, I guess. I don't know, I think it brings in some extra color. But there's one more thing I want to do in this video, and that is I want to find the stronghold. We got some numbers, so now let's go back to spawn and do the same thing to get another set. Angry man. Fight me. Now with each set of points, we're going to generate a line and use some math to see where they converge. We use change in z over change in x to calculate the slope of each line, and then use point slope formula to get an equation for each. Simplify and set the equations equal to each other. Or of course you could just plug this into Wolfram Alpha and it'll output this. Divide the coordinates for the intersection by 8 and you have where we will be building a portal in the nether. So we're just going to head over there now. As you guys can see, it is an incredibly long tunnel. And it sounds like there's a lot of lava around here. Alright, let's pop in through the portal and see where we wind up. I realized that I wasn't using night vision even though I built that brewer, so wow. That makes this a lot easier. What is he doing up there? Okay. Let's go down here. Oh, really? Oh, well, this was successful. There's the stronghold. I was starting to worry. All right, I'm going to start looking for the portal. Nope, not interested, sir. Silverfish. That means that had to have been from the spawner, right? Right. Got him. Here it is. I'm going to break that spawner. Now here's a clip of me struggling to beat Silverfish. All right, I got the portal all linked up, and that means that going from my starter base to the end is going to be a fairly quick walk. Unfortunately, I don't have time to gather up all the pearls to light this thing today. So you're going to have to tune in next time to see that. As always, leave a comment letting me know what you thought. And if you watched until the very end, then a special thanks to you.